when you were born?
2.5 pounds.
Wow. Okay, off into town. Well, and this is what it looks like coming in to look at these beautiful clouds that we had today. So this is the entrance to Smith Center. Yeah, we'll get out and we'll walk over there and say hello to my mother.
Oh. I'm supposed to give you a hug.
No, I don't hear that house. Yeah.
You must have got wet. You must have got wet and shrunk.
Now tell me about this house behind
We
you.
used to see you remember it used to have a white picket fence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the barn was out there. And there was a chicken house and a hog house out there.
Yeah.
And lots of cows.
And this is the house that my mother lived in, huh?
Yeah, this is the house we live in.
Yeah, I slept upstairs where that pond is.
I don't know if I was ever upstairs or not.
Yeah.
And I slept on the sofa in the front room.
Yeah. I never remember.
I was here one time and I had the croup, and I don't know, you had an aunt or somebody here. And I don't remember who it was, but she heaped plates and wrapped them in a towel and put them on my chest. And we had a dust storm one night. You know.
I remember the
Oh, yeah, and I go. And
That was good, Bill.
I'm well practiced at that. I'm a professional when it comes to coughing, you know. But I remember this was potato patch here, you know.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, there was no road here.
And there was a meter box out here of some kind. And one winter the pipe froze up to out here, the hydrant.
Yeah, I remember.
So they had the hose hooked on out here, and then they'd run it over there. And they just screwed it on the pipe, and it didn't always stay. And one night, I don't know, somebody was supposed to unhook it, and they didn't. The water running clear down the street, you know.
Now, Mother, how old were you when you lived in this house?
17.
And you lived here for how, what, a year, 2 years?
Maybe 2 years.
Well, it must have been longer than that.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I don't know for sure, but yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. I probably was 20.
Because I can't remember when I first started coming up here, but it was over a period of 3 years.
And Mary Mofford
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Is Mary your oldest sister or was Carl?
She's the second year.
was there an Annabelle?
Oh, just great to remember.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was trying to think of the
Isn't that amazing? My gosh.
She used to push in the buggy.
We rented there when we lived
Yeah.
here. He was a little boy. I have not seen him in 60 years.
Oh, and who are you?
Bill Tolman.
Tom.
I used to go by his place.
Yeah, I
He'd
knew
come
some of the
running
Toms.
out and go with me to deliver milk. That's all I could remember. I said, I've got to see this little boy. Here he is, 60
For
years
goodness
later.
Did you know Agnes?
Oh, yes.
She was my mother's sister.
Oh, is that so? Oh,
I've got
yeah.
lots of relations on here. The Morgans and the Hawkins.
Yes.
They're all my relatives.
Yeah, see, Jean Hawkins just lives just south of me there.
She'd be my second cousin.
Now, I remember when Moffords lived here, and then Steps lived here at one time. There's Jimmy that was...
Oh, how could you imagine that, Jerry?
Well, you see, I've got white hair, too.
Well,
I forgot it all. He has reminded me of so much stuff that he remembered. I don't even remember.
I started telling her the names of horses. When she can't figure out how I can remember those, and she forgot.
Well,
now, tell us who you are and how you know all of this.
well, I'm Elaine Hamilton now, but I was Elaine Carson. My father was a mechanic here in town, and Mother and Dad just lived on the corner of Brandon down here.
And where did you live when we lived here?
I lived on 319 North Brandon, and that's where I came back to. My folks owned that property.
Did we ever deliver milk to you?
Yes, and you'd go down the road, down past the house there.
Can't believe it.
Let's see, I was going to say, did you have a brother that married a Joe?
Yeah.
Mary Jones. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. You forget about people. And see, Joneses just lived across the alley from my folks.
And I know where they are.
Yeah, this Grace Baptist Church down here. I I'm just catty-cornered across the street.
I said, nobody knows me in this town. I don't know anybody. And then
And you are Annabelle.
yeah.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, of course.
Now I changed it to Ann now.
No, I remember.
I tell her she shrunk since I knew her.
You've probably just forgotten because the folks knew you folks real well.
Oh, there's so much I don't remember hardly anything. I don't know why. He's reminded me
Mary
so
used to stop a lot at our house.
Yeah.
Well, she just wondered. I said, well, maybe it's somebody that used to live here or something. So,
Oh, we were hoping you'd come out. We didn't want to knock on the door, but I said I wish you'd
Yeah, you see, when they were here, the fence was probably over there, and there was no street through here then.
When
that
Hubbard's lived here.
That was a field out there.
Yeah, that's all filled in. Things changed, so.
And you've always lived here then?
Yeah, I was born there at 319 North Brandon. It was my grandmother's place, and the folks lived with my grandmother for the first 2 years, and then I came along, and my grandmother was spoiling me, so they moved, and then my dad bought his mother's old home place, moved back there in the late 30s, and mother was there until about 15 years ago, and I inherited the property, and it just sat there, and then my husband passed away about 5 years ago, and I moved my house into town, and it's back where I started at.
You're getting care of the lady.
Yes, I stay here. She has round-the-clock care, so.
The old house still looks so good.
Yes.
It has different windows in it than it had.
Yeah,
Other than that,
they've worked it over.
other than that, it's
Yeah. You want to come in and see her, Nana?
Well, it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Yeah, just
I'd
come
kind of
in.
like to see inside.
Glad you did.
Well, I live in Oregon now, and I raise exotic animals.
Oh.
I travel all over the world. And I didn't think I lived here for long.
We'll see all the stuff they were pointing out there that used to be fields and whatnot.
The thing is shrunk.
So you knew the Morfords too then?
Well, I really didn't know them. I just knew they had a dairy here at that time.
Oh, look at that.
So, we saw you taking pictures and things. When you first drove up, I said, well, maybe it's some Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, jeez. You don't know how funny that is.
And so I looked out the window and you were hanging out. And I said, no, it's not.
Yeah, he was taking a picture. See, we're pretending that this is where we first got together. See, we met over at the motel. But
I left here
Let me slip between you guys.
Yes, you go
about
ahead.
18 or 19. So it's been,
And you're up.
he used to with me deliver milk. I haven't seen him in 60 years.
I'm just the one.
And I didn't know where he was. I finally found him about 2 years
Kind of
ago.
wondering what
So
was
we
going on.
arranged to meet here.
But I said, I wonder if
He's reminded me of so many things that I
What
forgot.
is your name?
Tallman, Bill Tallman.
Did you live here too?
Well, yeah, we live south of here.
Oh.
We live down, I don't know, you know where this little Seventh-day Adventist building is down here?
The what?
It used to be a Seventh-day Adventist church.
Oh, yeah.
We lived right across the street from there.
Oh,
I don't know how long we lived there. We lived there in 1934, I remember that.
yeah.
But it seemed like every time we moved into a house, well, then either they would sell it or the original owners wanted to move into it. So we lived in about 6 different houses here in the Smith Center.
I want my picture taken with you too. And take it back and show it. I have one sister that's left. She's, I think, 87.
Well, we moved here in 42. We've been here since then. When was you here?
Well,
We
when
don't
did that
look
been?
that old.
Well, I don't know. See, we moved, I moved to Nebraska in 37, and I don't remember what you said when you moved from here.
Well,
I don't know
my
how
dad died in 36. I must have left maybe 38.
Is that right?
Yeah. I want a picture with you, and I want a picture with her.
Yeah, well, everybody's inside talking a little bit. I just came out to get some more pictures of the outside of the house. And then we're going to take some pictures to show what it looked like from the porch here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to live 5 miles over in Pawnee Township.
Okay.
And yeah, that's where I grew up. We used to trade at Wilmer a lot.
Oh.
You remember the Mount Hope vicinity, east of Walmart?
No, I never got that far over.
Her family has
This is a view from the porch, and most of those houses weren't there when Mother lived here. Remember, we're only talking like 1935, 38, so it isn't like ancient history. But then there were fields and stuff.
It is. But it's all redone.
Yes, her son has kind of redone it and kept it.
Yeah.
Now see, this little room here was just a little bedroom, and it's been put into a bathroom over here.
Oh, what you can do to an old house, Jerry. Oh, it just can't.
Oh, isn't this?
This was just a little bedroom.
Isn't this beautiful what you did in here, though?
Oh, here's my bedroom.
Okay, let's follow you in there.
Okay. It was a small one. There was a clothes closet. That's still there. Yeah, this is where I slept. That was my clothes closet.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Something.
This was your, did just you sleep in this room?
Yeah, I just had a little bed in here. I remember that window I'd look out at. In fact, I used to crawl out this window and get on that roof.
Uh-huh.
And I'd go around on the roof and call to my little brother, and he'd laugh. And he didn't know how I got out. Oh.
Isn't that something, huh?
Amazing. My sister, Dutch, and little brother slept here.
Oh.
Oh, what? I guess
Were
you
some
could.
of you kids born here?
No.
You weren't born. None
No.
of you were born here. I didn't know whether any of you were or not.
Yeah, no, we were born south of Smith Center.
South of Smith
Yeah.
Center. But I can remember very well when you lived here. And,
Okay, this is downtown Smith Center. You can see this one interesting building on the left, and there's my mother right there, walking around the streets. Wave, Mother! Wave! Just some other shots of the older buildings here in Smith Center. So what do you think, Mother? Does it look different?
Yeah, it looks different, but it's a nice old town. Yeah, did you get a picture of that big old building?
Yeah, I got that there too.
Okay.
95, 29, block 8.
So we're here and they're looking up to find out where the gravesite is for my mother's dad and for Jimmy.
Well, see, this would be the owner. This would be the lot. The name of the one that's had their name on the lot.
There is no record of where the lot belongs. It is who owns the lot.
That's whoever's name is on the deeds.
There it is. All right. Now,
Walk by. Sure. I looked for my great grandmother up here for a long, long time, and I just found it when we were here in April. Well, yeah, we knew about it. And I forgot we placed
you even got pennies there.
yeah, you got a nice penny. Okay, I've got another man waiting for me on this.
Well, we sure appreciate this.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, do you think?
Thanks until you're better
You can
paid.
remember it again?
Oh yeah, we won't have any trouble.
You want to get a picture out here, Jerry?
And if she doesn't come back for another 63 years, well, it won't matter. Thank you very much.
Ed is here and my little brother. There was my little brother, Jimmy.
That's your own. your dad's middle name.
So we're just here in the graveyard right now, the cemetery. It's really pretty. They call them cedars. They look like junipers to me. You hear all the birds singing. And Bill's telling her more stories. He knows a lot of stories.
Of marble. And it had settled and buckled, and it so many times the ground will, where there's some sun during the winter.
This is the school